but still, most important, it will go into the notes as part of the disclosure. Thank you.
Thank you. Unless there is any other question, thank you so much, Bwana Treasurer. So in the interest of time, we are going to move to the next item, matters arising. On this matter, I want to start it. Even members can bring matters arising, but there is an issue that I intentionally did not mention in my report, so that we don't take so much time on it during that report. And I will mention it now as a matters arising. Lead up to this election, and maybe you have heard from the grapevine, Kasa and the returning officer, they were taken to court. And the application was praying that this AGM be stopped. Not AGM, the election, sorry. The applications was to restrain the association from holding elections or advertising for posts. The hearing was on Friday. Now, we went for the hearing. It was me. The case was Omato Ogucha versus Rogers Munyekenya. It's the other way around. Rogers Munyekenya versus Omato Ogucha, and Kasa as an interested party. Now, we went there, me, Rogers, Edu, and Omato. We were in the magistrate court. And after some deliberations, it was decided that there was not enough evidence. They are all here, so they can verify what I'm saying. The magistrate said to stop the elections of an association requires a lot of evidence, and there was not enough evidence, and the case was dismissed. One of the issues that was agreed, the executive offered to provide a list to Rogers, and that was captured in the remarks. I just want to show that one so that I am not just alleging. I just want to show the judgment so that at least you can also have a look as to what happened. So that when we hand over the association, we are handing it over without any litigation. So we don't have any litigation also from Rigas, and that was the only litigation that we received or we were served, and the matter has been finalized. So this is the outcome from the magistrate. As you can see, the order, that was the order of the court. The application is dismissed. So I heard from the grapevine that people are saying there's an injunction that elections must be held in this another way. I want to reiterate that our elections today will be held according to our constitution, and the returning officer will take over to lead that other section. But as from now, it's matters arising. So this is one of the issues that we faced to lead up to the election. And if you have any questions with regards to that, you can ask now. And if you also have any other matter arising, you can raise it now. Thank you.
Thank you, President. I just want to ask what you just said. The election will be carried according to the Constitution. I don't think really it will be according to the Constitution. If we follow every bit of the Constitution, even members here who have submitted their nominations and everything, it's not according to the Constitution. If you all read it properly. Another matters arising, I've just been informed that my proxies will not be possible, or it's not legible, something of the sort, simply because I did not send the copies online by yesterday. The Constitution says yes, we should provide a day before, but it failed to say by which means are we going to send that information. Cannot capture that by email. So that's my question. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. I'll answer only on the first part. The second part, the returning officer will answer. And returning officer, please take note. When you take over in your brief, you'll answer that question. With regards to the elections being conducted according to the Constitution, my reference to that was the reference to the injunction. Because many people out there have been telling me that there is an injunction stating that elections must be held in this way. So I just wanted to highlight there's no injunction or any order that directs our association to conduct its election in any way. So we are going to follow our customs as Kasa. So whether we accept whatever nominations are there, it's up to the association and not the courts. That was my reference to that. If that brings another connotation, that's not what it was intended. Any other question?
Okay, thank you so much for the clarification. But for same query with that argument raised. I remember last time we were voting the current leaders at the moment. The format we used, if we are talking about the customs or not the constitution, well and good. Last time, if I remember very well, I voted in the current leadership. But during that time, I just made a payment 12 o'clock and I voted in at 2 o'clock. So I don't know about the customs we are talking about. Yet the current leaders that are present in the Kasa at the moment, we made the payment in the morning and we were able to carry a vote at 2 p.m. So I don't know which customs are you referring to, our chair, our president, because if you're referring to the customs, we need to be doing the same things from the previous elections. So if you say if the people made the payment or they have the proxies before the election day, I don't know, because last time I was able to make the payment at 11 a.m. and I forwarded in at 2 p.m. And they verified me. They just had they checked my details in the bank statement and they told me, here is your payment details, and I was able to forward. So I don't know about the customs you're referring to. Just clarify.
Thank you. I think I have to be very careful what I say because I think my every word has been put to judgment. What I'll say is, what happened in the past is in the past. We have a constitution. Let me finish. I haven't even finished answering. We did a special AGM, and we are acting with regards everyone. When you got an email, if you gave us your email, you got a constitution in your email. And it is not up to me. If the past leadership did not obey the constitution, it's not up to me. If they never obeyed, that's not my mistake. What we are dealing with here is according to the special AGM that was conducted on the 10th of September. So any other business, I don't know. And let me say, any matter of election, I will hand over to the Electoral Commission to deal with it. So don't ask me those questions. And let me say this, if you feel the election today is not being conducted in a constitutional way, walk to court tomorrow and declare null and void.
Wacha nipigie lawyer wangu kasiriki.
You have mentioned like anything is not, it's not about you. As you see, you are the president of Kenyan Association of South Australia. For the sake of record and members who is present here, I really quickly have to clarify, because as you see to represent the Kasa, but if you mention that it is not about me, I think that's not okay. Secondly, it is regard to what you mentioned about the clarification. It was the same person who clearing me and clarifying everything last time, including the proxy, is the same person today. He said, no, You are wrong. So it needs to be captured as a matter arising before we subject the thing to the main, for the sake of fairness and for the sake that we are putting our hands to serve our community. We love this community, and that's why everybody is here. The process is good as the commitment of the members.
Thank you. And I want to reiterate, when I read the Constitution, we are the Constitution, okay? And here we have come, and we have a quorum. If there is any issue, we can resolve it here, but according to the Constitution. So that does not mean we put the Constitution in the bin, but it means we follow the Constitution to the latter, but we resolve issues as per that Constitution. For example, the Constitution is clear. The members in a general meeting can pass a special resolution. Today, you can pass a special resolution to say that all those issues you have grievances on, will allow them. Then that will become according to the Constitution, because the members raised and passed a special resolution. But you can't say we just do it. That is setting a bad precedence, and as a president, my job is to safeguard the Constitution, even if I have a few hours or a few minutes. I have to safeguard the Constitution and ensure that the process follows the Constitution. Thank you.
Thanks, John. I think we should all count up to 10. Look, first of all, somebody's already counting. Thank you very much. Look, serving this community is a hard job. And I want to really thank the people who have put up their hands to serve the community. Obviously, those of you who are contesting, especially if you are not opposed, one of you will be president, one will not be, one will be whatever it is. But let's come to the AGM. Today is what date? 2nd of November. When are we supposed to have elections? October. Second week of October. Do you know that? Yes. At the latest, 2 weeks after that. So we've broken everything. Has anybody explained that? Has anybody explained that? I think I questioned. And it was explained to me. I accepted the explanation. But constitutionally, what you are doing is outside the Constitution. But we are a community, we are an association. I think the best thing is to move on, allow people who want to vote, regardless of whatever system. Yeah? I do not know why they didn't email, but they have the proxies. These proxies represent members, our members who are paid, who are expecting somebody to vote for them. The problem is the person who has those votes. Why did they not email? So the thing is, I think in all fairness, we allow the members to actually vote. Those who have signed proxies, they did not email. We have failed in so many things. So we cannot come to this particular thing and say, for this one, we are not changing. Okay? I think we need to be fair to everyone. We need to be fair to everyone. Let's allow these proxies. Let everybody feel they have been heard and they have exercised their right as a member. Because look, we are here. We have accepted that we are having elections on 2nd of November. Why are we not saying Kasa is dead because we didn't have it in October? I think that's what we don't want that to happen. So my request to the members, not just to the president, is that if a form has been signed by a member, whether it was emailed or not, we accept it, we do the elections and go home.
Thank you, Senior Mr. President. I think this is an issue that we can now agree on, but I'll allow the returning officer to moderate on that. Any other question?
Hi, Prezo, Martin here. Mine probably doesn't touch election, and I don't want to add more to what people have said. But I guess for me, it's more of an observation. For those who have been around a while ago, or for a while, can attest to the fact that there are certain years where there's everyone interested in the election, and there are certain years that they are not. Like the time the 23 people came in, we were across the road there, and we were, I would say, probably, 20, 30 people, very many open positions. And that obviously comes as a result of, I would say, a little bit of bickering within ourselves. During our term, there are many things that might not have gone well, but one of the things we suggested and one of the things we asked was, what happens is what we call brain drain. So you have a whole team who have gotten used to Kasa, who are about to leave. The new team that's coming, possibly, has never been at Kasa. They have to take a year to learn. And in between that, you have Gala. Gala is the most stressful thing to plan for those who have planned. So by the time they settle in, it's another year coming. And part of the 2023 AGM, we asked, and we did propose a new constitution. I don't even know why that has never even been proposed as an amendment. One of the issues was, could we have people leaving, half the team leaving, half the other team sort of staying? Because it helps with those learnings. Those who are there can teach the new ones coming, and those who are leaving. And well, in whatever format that has been. But the issue is always one team, one fresh team is coming. They almost take a year to get used to everything. By the time the second year comes, they're tired and sort of get out. And this has been happening from administration to administration for those who have served. So I guess mine is sort of to ask, first of all, there was a proposal put forth for a new constitution in the 2023 AGM. I don't know why we never looked at it or even proposed a special resolution to look at it. And I agree it is a very hard thing to sort of change a constitution. But some of the issues it was addressing was specifically this, losing that experience. Part of the reason people might find it hard to volunteer for Kasa is what I would say the politics that comes with it. But that constitution was proposing a separation of the political from the secretariat. There are people who want to volunteer to Kasa and don't necessarily want elected positions. Could those two roles be separated? If anyone took the time to read what that constitution was proposing, it was a separation of that. So you leave the political to the political and leave the secretariat to have continuity in Kasa. The issue we are having right now is continuity of Kasa. It keeps breaking every 2 years. Every 2 years. So there is nothing, and those who are here can be honest with me. Can anyone say anything that Kasa does beyond the gala? I know we do Jamhuri, but what I'm asking is, should Kasa change? As members, should we ask ourselves, what do we want Kasa to be? Do we want it just for the gala? Can we be honest with ourselves? Do we want it to be part of community inclusion? There was a proposal to have the consulate here. But the consulate obviously takes time. It takes rent. It requires a place you can have. It requires people to know. But there needs to be a structure around it. If we are going to keep the current setup where a team comes and every 2 years they have to leave, there is no way you're going to build institutional memory. So as members, I'm asking that we look and ask, is this 2-year rotation thing even working? Or if you want to remain an organization where we just focus on the gala and nothing else, that's okay. But let's be honest with ourselves what we want to achieve. So mine is more of a question to ask whether we have looked at the proposals that have been made in the past to try and transform the organization. The organization does need separation of the political from the secretariat. Those people who want to volunteer. There are people who are IT experts, right? Even supposed to speak. Ministries, right? Why shouldn't there be ministries? And why should those ministries change every 2 years? The president and the vice president can change every 2 years. That's no issues. But why does everyone else have to change every 2 years? That is just a proposal, but also it's a reflection of what's been happening every 2 years. People can attest the same issues we had in the 2019 AGM. It comes a time when people, it's politically charged. We're all here. It's all great. I can assure you probably by the next AGM will be 20 of us again coming here to elect another team. So my suggestion is to ask members to think deeply what we want Kasa to be. Thank you.
Thank you, Martin. And if you speak, can you introduce yourself? Thank you so much. I will only comment on Martin's say that I believe the issue of changing the constitution is just the process. I think the process just needs to have been followed for a special AGM and do the process like we did. Maybe that is what we missed. But the document was superb. I read it. It was good. Maybe you should have come in and tried to do it again. Thank you. Any other question? Yes. And Owato, if you can make your way to the front so that the questions that have been directed to you can answer. You take over after this, those questions in the matters arising.
Okay, my name is Lucy. I have a question regarding, can you hear me at the back? Yeah, my name is Lucy. I have a question regarding the process of voting. There are people who are allowed to vote. We were allowed to vote to pay for the registration until 2 o'clock today. If we talk about the proxies being sent yesterday, what about the proxies of those people who are able to pay for their registration today and they want to vote?
Thank you. So I will leave that one for Martha to answer. Is there any other issue that is not election? If not, thank you. Yes.
Hi, my name is Victoria, and it's just a comment on my observation on how Kasa is being run at the moment. And beyond being a community that is very political at this time of the year, we could actually do better. So Martin asked what we want to achieve from our community, and one of the presidential candidates here, they say they want to bring a consular, and they want, so they say they wanted to have an office. And I was like, I am going to challenge that despite whoever is coming in as the next president, because at the level we are in, we really don't need an office in Adelaide. We are a very small organization, and we need to build the pillars of unity first before we think about anything else. In the long run, it's my hope that as a community we can venture into enterprises, just like having a community hall. I know other communities do have a community hall that the community can utilize, can rent out their community kitchen, and that is what I would want to see the leadership within Kasa work towards from now until the vision like 10 years to come. As a community, we should now start to think about the bigger picture. Let's think about having a community of our own, a community hall of our own that we can utilize, and it can bring money into the Kasa organization.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Victoria. It's actually good we talk about the office because we still have an office issue to solve. And you talked about the community hall. Those of you who attended the 60th anniversary, we conducted it at the Messinian Association of South, which is a community like us. And they have a hall already and with facilities like what you're talking about. So it's something doable. That's an idea that I would ask the incoming team to buy and listen to what the members are saying. Thank you so much. Thank you for listening to me. I think my part in this has come to an end. Yes.
Oh, yeah, just clarification. I rejoined to Mr. Baraka. I just want to make this very clear. I was really demoralized this morning, putting my hand, wanting to serve as a Kasa vice president, Today I contacted Ogucha, saying like, hey, what's up? I'm not a member. Tell me why I'm not a member, In the spirit of what Baraka said, I want to know today, as Cleophas Kagan, I've volunteered as a Swahili principal for this component, Kasa component, for 2 years. I've been a teacher for Swahili, that is 2017-2018. Swahili principal 2019-2020. Today, I was really demoralized because if it's issues regarding constitution, I've read this constitution, I've taken time to read this constitution since this morning when I got the information. So on the issue of eligibility, I want us today to agree who is a member. Who is a member? Because I'm very sure this executive committee, all of us here today, since yesterday, there's been a hike of registered members, Kasa registered members since maybe Friday. I'm sure they will be eligible voters. But today, CK was told that you are not a member, you are not eligible. I want to tell you, I've voted 3 times for Kasa. I've participated, that is, in 3 elections. But today, I'm still demoralized. In that spirit, if we are following the Constitution, this Constitution should be a live document. We are supposed to be guided by the Constitution, but we are supposed also to amend the Constitution to suit our needs, because we are human beings. And there's some trends that changes, and we have to go by the trends. So in regards to this, even the process of the like the process of this nomination. I want to say it is still unconstitutional because this constitution indicates that all nominees should submit their nomination 21 days before the AGM. If you see the first applicants, the other nominees, the earliest, that is Mary and Dairy, submitted the application on the 14th of October. Rogers Munyekenya on the 19th of October. But today, I'm not eligible because of this document. This document has been contested a number of times. Last week, there's been a bit of stay, there's a bit of issues. So I want to tell my members today that are we going to follow the Constitution because it favors a group, it favors a certain candidate, then we will subject the same Constitution to a person who has just raised his hand and say, like, I want to participate in this process. I'm not a visitor in this Kasa. I've been in Kasa, and I'm still demoralized because I feel today, my people, my supporters, they've been calling me since the morning, like, what is the problem, Cleo? What is the problem, CK? Exactly. So I will still want to get to know why.
I think we are just raising concerns, and then Oguja, after we agree on the processes, maybe you'll just give us the comments, and again we'll come back for a few questions. Before, it's just the same.
Leave it to Ogucha, give him the opportunity now to receive all the other questions so that he can take over. So thank you so much for listening to me.
No. It is not. Yeah, you are still, we need to respond.
From me?
Yeah. No. He's the one to respond because Baraka said something. We need to agree. You see, people are raising several things. A young man there raised the same. We need now to agree before now we go to Ogucha. Unless, Ogucha, you are just giving comment, but not you are taking up the issue as a returning officer. Okay. That's right. All right, that's right.
I feel bad that I will come to demoralize you for this event. As when we spoke on the phone, what I was telling you, I was reading what the Constitution says. And the register is that former members and current members, your details were not there. But that said, how we've done this process, why we are letting people nominate on the 31st, also after the 12th of October, was that nobody put in nomination in time to allow the returning officer to declare who are the eligible nominees. So that's why we let it for AGM to declare everybody who has nominated can go on the ballot. That includes you. If the AGM is happy with us, there, you can go on the ballot. The next one, we ask about the payment of membership. You need to appreciate that these systems, the electronic one, you have to put it in place before we can. So trying to restart again, you have to create a new voting and then start changing names. That's a long process. So that's why this morning I kept sending the voter bills. Maybe because I only sent members, that could be something that we need to look at. Maybe I should put it somewhere else, maybe on the WhatsApp groups. I'm just telling you, here are the names. If you haven't seen your name, you should raise an hand, or have to send us an email. I haven't seen my name there, and I will go to Kasa, the register you gave me, this is the name. That one will have changed. That said, if people who are here can prove they made the payment, because the other thing is, if someone just shows me an email, they send to Kasa, they made the payment. How do I know? Because they didn't tell Kasa this for so and so. And they can go and come back again, show me the same email. But they say that I paid for this parcel. So that's why we want the systems, things in place before we can experience this we are managed to do electronic voting. The other one, we're talking about the proxies. It's very clear with proxies before a day before. The idea is we want the right department is there. If you want to change, the idea for electronic voting is once we go online, we will probably not need to do proxies. That's where the intention is. So what I'm saying is, if we agree the people who pay, they have to wait until we go to forward register. We'll come back. We can see how whether we can be able to get in the system. Yeah? Because it's an electronic system. It's not like a second ballot. That's where we are stuck with my team there, who are very member who volunteer their day to day. I do agree with Baraka saying if people are volunteering in the community, let's do the right thing. I know we're saying this is a constitution. As we were on Friday, the reason why the matter was missed was this constitution. And when we left the place, the warning we were given is make sure do not people who come in on Monday say that you've done things that are obviously out of the constitution. Things which are obvious, it's written very clear there. A day before. Yeah? Things like the payment, that one we just also the taxes. Once we finish people, we can be able to change without spoiling everything else. So if you change it and now look at everyone else, it'll be until. So that's where we are. So that's all I can say. That's not proxies, that one I will not allow it. If you want to get that 24 a day before. So
I think I was to speak. I think we need to agree. Now, that's why I didn't want Ogucha to talk before we make a decision. So he has decided to say, I will not allow. And that's something that I had raised. And that's why Baraka said, we don't need really to bring issues that will make people not to participate in the election. Because everything, anyway, it is not supposed to be happening. If we use the Constitution, we are not supposed to have a meeting today. So I don't know if Ogucha will not allow that. I don't know. The other thing is,
we agree. For me, I don't have a problem.
Yep.
If you people are happy for you to go in, we need to, before the system launches, you will not go in.
Yeah, Clovis, I think we will allow him, yeah, if members want.
We need to vote as an AGM, so you raise your hand if you want Cleophas to be on the ballot. By special majority.
Oguche, just one favor, because I came later and I submitted my application later, because I have proxies and these are the same members, these are the same people, why we can just say yes to proxies and just continue this process and be free and fair? Because the Constitution, as Baraka said and as members said, that if we follow the Constitution, this Constitution should be the bin, because this Constitution is unconstitutional by all means. Exactly.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Very clear that whoever is standing, there are some things we didn't follow. And we needed to acknowledge, you all know that this has been the proxy forms need to be there before midnight. Those who send them are not stupid. But you decided not to do it. But that's only one thing. We can't say that you stand here and all of us are correct. We are not. We were going to come to this point, but to also raise issues that we didn't follow the Constitution, not justifying that you didn't follow, and therefore we just need to go ahead because other guys didn't follow it or other parts didn't follow. Let's acknowledge we did not follow. Acknowledge you didn't do those proxies on time. You knew they were supposed to be there. I knew, I saw your proxies, someone came to ask for proxies, we all knew they're being signed. We all, because it was a voting time, and that's the beauty of it, you know, campaign. So you knew, that's only one. Other things of nomination, those who didn't, even the extension of the nomination to go 2 weeks after the 20-something of October, it was already unconstitutional because there was nobody who raised up their hand. So whether it is MSU vying or Rogers and didn't follow the constitution, already there were already flaws in it. We agree. We were going to come to this point whereby we are going to agree as members, let's let everyone participate. But let's not sit here justifying all our negative actions. It's not right.
Yes, hello everyone. Mine is just to say, like, it's really sad the way we are going for a community. This is just a community thing, which we should not be going that way. But according to the Constitution, we have done a lot of mistake on it. So it's us over here to just decide, because I know Keegan has been allowed to go on. There are some proxies which have not been allowed. So it's for us here just to agree if those proxies will be allowed, or even if it's not registered, and then we move on. And the other thing, just wait. Yeah, that's why I said it's the census to agree on. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, we ask people if they agree, and then we can move on. Because we might stay here until the evening, and then we don't come with a decision.
Question here. We have a question here.
Hello, everyone. My name is Pamela, and I think we are not going well. And when there is a problem, we look for a solution. We are not waiting for anyone else to come and give us a solution. Ni sisi. Sisi wenye tuko hapa ndio tuko. Now, I think the biggest problem we have here is the proxy things. And as Ogucha said, he's happy if everybody says it's okay, we use the proxies. Personally, I think we should just allow it today. But my opinion is, moving forward in 2027, let us not do this business of proxies again. Yes. If you want to vote, be present. If we have only 23 people, fine, well and good. Because these proxies are bringing a lot of problems. Sasa tunakaa ni kama hata, people are not even laughing, people are not even smiling, ni kama tuko mahali, I don't know. So can we just move on with the proxies today, and then can we amend the constitution and remove those proxy nonsense?
Before you comment, I would like to reiterate here that the reason why we had the special AGM on the 10th was to eliminate proxies as well. Because we were supposed to vote electronically. The only reason we are doing the proxies today is because the nominations were not in time and the membership is not in time. What Ogucha has just said here, he can't even he's putting the name of one of the candidates right now. So if we had all the names by the required deadline, we will not do proxies. Everyone will be voting at the comfort of their home. We would be having a president by now. So this is what we have already changed it. People are saying it's unconstitutional. And can you differentiate between saying the process is unconstitutional and the constitution is unconstitutional? Those are two things. This constitution is constitutional, but the process might be having some illegalities and irregularities, but the constitution has been passed by members and it is a constitutional document that can be challenged. If tomorrow someone walks in court and says this process was not conducted in a constitutional way and has the evidence, this can be declared null and void. So we're just doing this as a way of goodwill. And the constitution, then everyone will be disqualified and we just choose new members now. So the constitution was not followed. So what he has done is some concessions. If you want the returning officer to concede on everything, that's not fair. He has made a lot of concessions during this process. So allow him, if he says if you do not submit by midnight, allow him that concession.
Hello. We have a question here. No. No. Thank you. My name is Gideon. I categorically am against the proxies being allowed now. And the reason being, I had a couple of friends who wanted to vote proxy. That happened around 2 a.m. I told them they couldn't because they were out of bounds of the time. If they're gonna suffer for not having met the requirements, I don't think it's necessary for me to bend the law for anybody here who hasn't met the requirements. Then you next.
Hi, everybody. I am against the proxies as well because, like him, I had many people who would have wanted to present the forms, but we were adhering to the Constitution. So fairness has to be seen to be working for all. So it doesn't have to be things. There are many sides, but we have people we left at home who are members who could not send proxies because of the time frame. So let's justice be seen to be fair. Thank you.
The other thing is, it's not just about the proxy. Remember, a proxy is someone who's a registered member. So Kasa has to go back to their account, check who was registered as a member, and check who they gave their proxy. It cannot be done here, even today. Let's do those and then move forward. If we all agree that we're going to accept the proxy, it means we're going to agree that we're going to have to verify that very personal proxies are and I feel some of the it's not just about saying I have to proxy. It's a process. As they say, there are so if we all agree that we're going to accept proxies, and as we said, we've bent a few rules. This is us. We can say, let's go for it. But it means that with your many 100 proxies, you will wait for Kasa to verify your membership. Are those guys Kasa members? So if you want to make it easy, if we agree we are going that way, you're going to have to know who are your registered members, who you are proxying for. They give you evidence of payment. Then the Kasa executive can sit down and verify the membership and verify that proxy and deal with it. It takes a process. So those of us who did it right, we want this to continue. But if we all agree that we're going to accept that process to be bent, we are all okay because we need to participate in the community. It's okay if we all agree. But we can't just sit here and say proxy, proxy, proxy. Proxy is a registered Kasa member, giving somebody authority to act on their behalf.
No, just let me just say something. Hi, everyone. This one? Hello, everyone. As I sit here, I'm just wondering what we have become. Because for me, I thought this was supposed to be people volunteering to serve the rest of the community. But it has, to me sitting here, I have been a member of Kasa since 2015. And every time I have sent my proxy because I do not live close enough to Adelaide to come and vote. But I have never experienced this kind of, it's almost like it's a life and death issue. Why can't we just, for those who want to serve,
take on.
That's why we have a constitution. Let's follow the constitution. Let's put in our votes and give those who want to serve the opportunity to serve, and we all just live in harmony as children of one family. should not be life and death, guys. It shouldn't be. So please, let's just look at each other and say, so-and-so wants to be, the leader for this community, let them be. And let's work together, please. It's looking really ugly.
My question was very simple. Where in the Constitution say you should send proxy by email? If you answer me that, then that's it. Then I have them physically. Yes, I look for her. Where can I find her? But it doesn't say either. It doesn't say.
Mr. Biril.
It doesn't say.
Mr. Biril.
Where? Show me
Mr.
by
Biril.
email.
Mr.
In the Constitution, yes, show me.
Mr. Biril.
What I have here is
Just a minute.
What it says? It says.
Yes, read.
The proxy. The notice appointing the proxy shall be provided to the secretary in writing before the day appointed for the general meeting.
By what? How?
Wait. Let me finish. By how? Kasa have given details of their emails. You can now get the secretary. You can go to Kasa email. You can if you see her at soccer yesterday, you could have given her the proxy. If you saw her, you can. It doesn't matter how you give to her, as long as it's 24 a day before. And if we are genuine, if you had a proxy and you saw there's no way to send to, why did you ask? Can I send the proxy?
Why you say if I'm genuine?
Yeah.
It's because the tradition we've always come with the proxy, and if you say if I'm genuine, because that's what we've been doing. Yeah. And the thing is, it doesn't say clearly if it's in person or by email.
But how come other people send to the secretary?
All right, that's what they're thinking.
Yeah? No.
Yeah, my thinking is different, and I remember.
Yeah. Unfortunately, sorry.
I think we said if we follow this constitution, then we will not even continue with the election. And we have to agree that we might not continue with the election because there's nowhere in voting whereby they say you have to vote 100% on an issue. Okay? So to be fair, they say majority. So when we say 100%, it won't happen anyway. I requested for me to present the proxy because all of you understand my situation. When I was moving to court, my intention was not suing Kasa. My intention was very simple. Can you add me as a litige contester in Kasa, which was allowed? So there's nothing else. That was the main intention, and it was done. The other thing, there's a law section, 1610, it says Ogucha, clearly that the returning officer may propose further election rules. I forgot my specs there.
But that's 6 before.
Yeah. Can you read for me?
The returning officer may propose further election rules, including nomination fees not exceeding the annual membership fee for ordinary members. Such rules shall be submitted to the executive committee for approval at least 6 months before a scheduled election and shall be communicated to the members.
Yep. So you see these issues of sent through email, sent to the secretary today, any rules that is being introduced has to be approved by executive, and number 2 has to be communicated 6 months to. So any rules that was introduced, mode of sending through email has to be communicated, has to take 6 months. So we have challenges. Why don't we vote? Because all people who started to support me on Friday, in fact, people never knew, and I had not campaigned anyway. So on Friday is when I told people, I am now campaigning. So people started to pay for Kasa, and now they complete proxies quickly because they are not around. They want me to be genuinely voted by members. So if you say proxy is not working, then 100% I'll get 0 votes. Or only people who are here are the ones who are going to vote genuinely.
Hi everyone, my name is Mary Derek. I just want to note that campaign for that to happen. So in that sense, I feel I was disadvantaged. When we say that the Constitution says that the proxies needed to be submitted in writing a day before the day of voting, if you had any questions, I feel that you should have addressed those questions or those, you should have written an email to the Secretary of Kasa to ask, I have these proxies and I want to submit them. I am unsure of how to do that. If those people that have submitted their proxies after were so keen and they really, really want to support the community, I feel like regardless of who was coming into office, they would have paid their membership before time and submitted, and now waited to see who's coming in to submit their proxies on time. Number three, the last thing I'm going to say before I sit down, I followed what was given by the Constitution. I had people who wanted to continue after midnight, but after midnight, I stopped sending my proxies. I stopped campaigning, and I knew that that's it. So I feel like if we take this one on board, I'll be disadvantaged as well. Thank you.
Can I say something? Just before someone else speaks, I just want to mention that issue you mentioned about the court. I don't think we ever communicated to anyone that there was a court case.
But the rumor mills go around.
Just the rumor mill. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So, and by the way, you see, this is a broken telephone because there was no injunction from any court stopping anyone from campaigning. It was an application in court for the elections to be stopped, and it had not been decided. It was not an injunction. So no election was stopped at any point in this process, and I don't think that should form any basis for a contest afterwards.
I think our president is not fair. He was not, in fact, supposed to bring that issues here about the court cases. He's the one. Just a minute. And he's the one now, again, ravishing it. You know, he's the one who brought it, and he should not lavish it. Okay? About the email you formulated, I wrote an email to the secretary. I've written to her twice. She never responds by email. One, I complained about the type of proxies that they gave to me. When I printed it, you cannot edit it. Because what we call it, the logo pops on top. Okay? So it was a challenge to do what? To even edit it. I wrote to the secretary, I have an email. And that's why I take this matter so seriously, so that in case something happens, I have got evidence. So I complained. One, I told her, you have just brought proxy very late, which was, I think, Friday. It was Saturday, that's when they communicated. So I don't know where people go to proxy to start filling, because it was brought on Saturday. And there's a communication there. And I responded. Yes, I responded quickly. We don't know where you got your proxy. Saturday. Yes. So I wrote to the secretary and told the secretary my concerns. No.
We have to moderate this. We can't have everyone speaking. Please let one person speak.
Allow us to use proxy, then we continue with the voting.
Give Dennis over there.
I think it's my turn. Yeah.
I think. Someone there. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I think there is a lot of movement.
Silence so that we can hear the question.
I think my name is Wesley.
Some silence so that we can hear.
Yeah, my question is to the returning officer, because he's saying we can't use the proxies, yet at the same time he's allowed Cleo to be on the ballot. He's the one who has disadvantaged him by cancelling him. Where is he going to get the votes if he can't use the proxies from today? Where is he going to get the votes? It will be so unfair if we don't use the
officer the mic to answer that. But as he answers, I want to say that there was no time that campaigns were stopped. So what was not, it was written there, not eligible. But that did not mean you cannot submit your proxies. Look, like we started by saying, and Jeff Baraka talked about it, most
this process has been marred by illegalities and irregularities. And the best thing perhaps would be to stop perhaps and start all over again.
But we can't reverse that. We can't reverse that. We cannot reverse that.
Okay, I have a question to the returning officer. It's about the proxies. So the official communication I have on my email about proxy was sent 1st of November at 10:20 a.m. So was that enough notice for people to send their proxies by midnight? I'm asking to the members. It wasn't. So the proxies that are in this house this moment should be allowed on that basis.
The returning officer, you need to answer these questions.
I just have a quick question to the members. I just have a quick question to my fellow members.
Quiet. Let's hear the question.
I have a quick question to my fellow members. We are here as a community, and we would like to work together as a community. One of the items on our agenda today is to actually vote, right? So that's the bone of contention. So I think it is prudent for us to understand from our returning officer's point of view what he needs to get us there. So any changes that we are making today, how will that impact what he needs to do to get us there? So we need to really think about that. If we're going to say, oh, we all made mistakes, and just consider everyone's point of view, what impact will that have on our returning officer? Thanks.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you, Mr. Oguche, for just allowing me. But I'm still feeling I'm still underdog in this process because since you communicated this morning, my supporters or the people that believe in my quest, they are still feeling like, oh, we are not sure, is Cleo going to be there? So I'm still feeling that just allow the process, allow the process, allow the proxies, because we've okayed the Constitution. We've said, like, yeah, we had some issues around the Constitution. Even our elder Barak has just mentioned that let us just stay this time, and next time we correct. I still appeal that we can just proceed with the proxies, and also in support of Rogers. There was a bit of issues around court cases until Friday. So I think he didn't get enough time to do all these things. So let us just continue with this process and allow proxy and just maintain our unity as Kasa. Thank you so much.
Hi guys, my name is Nicole. I think what we're all failing to understand and why we're all arguing and everything, we're arguing about a point in the Constitution. The Constitution exists because we are an incorporated association. Kasa is not one individual. Kasa is not, yes, it's a community, but let's not negate the fact that we are a legal entity. So we might say we can allow proxies today, but the Constitution says proxies need to come in a day before. Yes, there are systems that maybe have put that at a disadvantage. Yes, there are emotional appeals. We can all speak our parts and say, okay, you know what, because XYZ has happened, let's allow proxies today. But that in itself is an unconstitutional move, right? I understand that, but that, because we have made one concession, does not mean we have to concede on everything. Because when the rubber hits the road and this election goes one way or the other, and somebody decides, which will be very valid, that I'm going to take this to litigation because this was an unconstitutional process, right? The only person who is going to be in court, again, is our returning officer, which is why he is standing there and trying to let you guys know this is the system that we have put together. This is what works and what doesn't. If we all want to be here until 10 p.m., good for you guys. Personally, I don't have that time. It's a Sunday, we've got other things to do tomorrow, right? So the returning officer has taken his time, built his team, they've taken all their resources, built an IT system to allow us to do an electronic voting process, right? Everybody is here because of that. And the only thing that allows that to be fast and efficient is to use what exactly exists in the system as we speak. Right? So everything else that we argue on the other side, fair enough, we understand, right? And if things were perfect, we could go that way. But any concession we make now moving forward affects all of us and puts this entire process in the red in case we go back to litigation.
Hi everyone, my name is Latifa. I'm part of the exec team and community well-being person. At the moment, the room has so much unrest. Everyone's getting agitated. Others are feeling their time has been wasted. Potential for aggression or whatever. We know Kenyans, they're very good at that. My question is, if we allow proxies to go forth, if we allow to bend the rules again of the Constitution, Ogucha should tell us what are the pros and cons. Are we going to stay here until 10 o'clock? Or should we postpone the elections? Or what will be the next move? Because we're all going around asking the same questions, giving the same opinions, having conversations that are not going anywhere. And some of us, like I say, from a mental health background, we are getting really, really anxious. And if anything, probably it might affect. I personally, I'm feeling like we're just sitting. We've got children that are watching as well. So we're setting an example. We've got young people, younger than me, Gen Zs. I'm one of them, but they're also watching. So please, Ogucha, just tell us, if we go forth with proxies or not, what are the pros and cons of bending the Constitution again and how long it will take? We need a timeline. We were meant to be closing by 4 o'clock. If it's going to go further than that, then we postpone this election. It looks like now everyone is alive in the team, in the community. We come back next Sunday, probably it will be more than us, and then we go back, proxies are counted, and then there's voting.
You want to go? You want to go?
Mine is just a suggestion. If we do not come to a consensus about the proxy issue, I do have a suggestion. I heard Mr. President say that in the future we will be voting from the comfort of our homes. So I don't know whether that's the same system you're using today. Is it?
Yes.
If that is the case, then if we don't get a consensus on use of proxies today, can the proxies that have already been signed at another later date within the week, maybe starting tonight, be asked to use the same system to vote?
Unfortunately, once we launch, we cannot go in the back end to modify dates.
So they cannot participate through the electronic system?
5:30, unless we close the whole system and put up another election.
Or we postpone the election and then everybody does it at their comfort of their homes?
Our constitution does not envisage that we can postpone an election. Let me just say this. With the matters of proxy, everyone received an email from the secretary, and she mentioned if you are intending to vote electronically, you let her know. How many saw that part of the email? It was a communication from Kasa. Let me just finish. Can I just finish first? What we can agree on, that system is capable for people even who are at home to vote. So those proxies, can they be told, like we agree, they can be told to vote from wherever they are when the system goes live, instead of that's something that we can deliberate. Because what the returning officer is talking about is that he gave a deadline, and because of the system, it is a system being used, a system that we wanted to be verifiable. Otherwise, we may not be able to finish that election today because of inputting names and verification, whether these people have paid, whose proxies they are, because we have to ensure they are real people. Because you can put names out there. We have to ensure they are real people. And that's what we have been doing. Grace and I, Dr. Grace Minor and I, have not slept a bit last night, updating this list. because the payments were coming fast and furious. And we had to verify from the email, from the account, from the website. We had a hard time verifying all these details. And therefore, making it that you are saying we accept every concession for the returning officer, it's unfair on the part of the returning officer. And I would say we give this opportunity for the returning officer to conduct the elections, and if you have any issues, you can take it to court tomorrow. So we are not going to stay here unless you want to cause fracas. We are not going to stay here until 10 p.m. If you don't want to vote, you can abstain. If you don't want to vote, you can abstain. We are not going to postpone. You can postpone, you can leave yourself and not vote. But we are going to have an election, and if you have an issue, you can take it to court tomorrow. Ogucha, take it over and start the process. It's done. We are not having any further discussion. You can go to court. Sawa, tupeleke, haina shida. No further questions. The elections goes on. Kama mtu hataki aende koti kesho.
Prezo, I'm to extend it because if we can wait until they count up to me.
No. Evolve by 7 itafungwa na iweke hapa. Automatically. No, we're not going to do that. Kama kuna issue, aende koti kesho.
Hello. How are you? Poa sana.
Hiyo yenye wametuma online, hiyo ndio tunatumia kufona.
Nini hiyo?
Hiyo yenye wametuma online sasa.
I think so. I think ndio inatumika.
Yeah. Mimi nishariki zamani.
Kwa maoni yako mwanangu.
Ai, mwana wewe.
Kwani iko nini? Wapi bagi yake?
Umeshamaliza. I'll give you my tablet.
Nani ataniapisha? Uko president. Natafuta mtu aniapishe. Klika hiyo. Kama hujafungua nini email, umeenda kwa boss. Nashangaa. Hii kitu ni so very clear. Nini inaleta hii kitu kwa nini
Change length. Change length.
Hi. Dasa. Good, how are you? Allah. How are you? Simu yangu imezima bwana. Hapa tunachaja. Type C.
Unayo?
Ni type C.
Kuna cable?
Sina cable, sijabeba na anything. No, 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 no.
Jemu, unaona nyicha, unaona kama tunavuta moto wote leo.
Mambo imechemka.
Mambo imechemka.
Watu wametumia kwa nini? Washatumia.
Wametumia watu?
Huko kwa email.
Mimi siku moja.
Excuse me, Ella. Can we go back this way? Have you washed your hands? Have you washed your hands before you? Are your hands clean? There's a meeting out here.
I would like them to be in the executive service committee, whatever capacity. But if it is president or bust, either I'm president or I cannot have something else that will happen. So we give them a fair go. If the MC wins, we support them. If Rogers wins, we support Rogers. But we give them the best option so that someone doesn't feel like, honestly speaking, I don't have any proxies in us. It's not just Rogers. It's the people who have told him, I'm voting for you or whatever. So then those people will feel like if they are 50, they say, oh, they didn't even care that I voted for somebody. How do you think they're going to react to the team? I think to be fair, let's let the best woman or man win. We give them all, everything fair. We are community guys. Yeah, we are happy all the time, but when it comes to this, by the way, what was woman at Chekelea? What if one a little bit make it was the federal election? You know? Yeah, we have partners, but if we walk away from here, I can tell you for sure, guys, we will be divided. If we don't agree today, and it's a test of our unity. And that is why I'm suggesting. That's why I'm suggesting. Because all the arguments that have been put forward, honestly, they are valid. They are very valid arguments. Because let's face it,
He's coming, he's coming.
Ulipata link. Hata Jose ametumiwa. Kionyesha YouTube
Those are very valid points.
What we are facing here is institutional degradation all the time. Wapi wanaingia? Take them a year.
And then we go to the same
And then we go to the same round. Now, ujue by that time, mimi hata nilikuwa nasema tuchukue hata mkitaka kwa fancy mchukue Woodville Hall. Submit nice unaweza submit sasa. Hata Woodville Hall. I'm glad umepitia hiyo committee process. The moment mnamaliza plan hiyo gala, sipanga mimi. Mungelesha nani kama committee mpaka November. Umechoka. Umetumia pesa. Umepigwa. Na kila mtu alikula akaenda kwao, sio? Nyinyi ndio mmebaki na madeni. Mnalipa masupply mnamaliza. After that kila mtu nyamaza mpaka November. Hata kama mnakuja mnasema fanya jambo hili. Shida, uliza mtu wako ndani anakuambia shida ni tunarudi institutional knowledge. Na new team. We keep losing a whole good team every 2 years. My question is what are we fighting? I hope we take that Mambo?
Huyo ndo namtafuta. Nimemwona katoto nikasema Lilian, umeongeza mwingine.
Nitakupigia, sawa? Unasikia eh? Unaenda umepata nini mimi? Ni sasa. Hii nimeona Sony hata haisagi kwa juu. Kwa nyuma. Oh, ya moyo. Ndio. Hiyo ni poa sana. Hata kama sasa haijachoka. Leo nimekuja very small. Kama ni nilikuwa naona makesi
1 minute. Malizanga wewe.
You're the leaders of the world. Yeah? Okay, sorry, sorry. Okay, Paul.
Não me ponho.
Ulosi bado huko kwa hizo uwanja. Mimi nilikuwa ndo. Let's go nichoka. Na nilikuwa naingia night bado. Sio ulipatia mama, sio mama ndio alipemsu. Alipemsu.
Urame ni kama mniambia Tasha unasema nikupe kibiga muuliza hata msikijui Tasha alienda saa ngapi na
nilikupoteza ile sasa tukibebea ule mama ile kitu nilikuwa nakwambia reverse.
Sikuingia kwa gari.
Niingia sio ndio tulitoka nawe na hiyo kitu.
Sikuingia ndani.
Lakini sikuwa nakwambia uingie nini?
Nilikuwa tufungue boot, nilikuwa nasema nikushikie tufungue boot niende waina. Sasa uno karibu anguke chini.
Alitoka hapo 5 o'clock kama alitoka saa ngapi?
Alichoka. Tena aliona siku mbili.
Hizo kazi ni za kuchokesha mtu sana.
Ninaomba.
Sasa hii leo yuko huko bado anachoka, yuko huko kwa bora.
Alienda sanga tena kama imenikaisha bwana. Sasa nilitoka leo huko sijui kisa.
Wacha nikale.
Nilikuwa natumia hii kwa chaji nikaitoa juu nilikuwa naenda napata imeshajiweka. Sasa nikwambia usike mkono.
Anyway, I don't think there's no more voting. Go ahead, verify. I'll announce it. Are we voting or not? Is voting? You want to vote? If it's not, I'm He's fighting. Shame on you. Election morning, I'm going to be big man and like that today. Why are you forcing? Hakuna kitu itafanyika hapa. Nimekuambia hakuna. Weka kamera utake. Hata hizo kamera we do not allow them here. Toeni hizo makamera yenu. Mnafanya madharau kila siku. Kwani mbona mnadharau watu? Just stop this, postpone this process. No, why don't you guys postpone this process? Postpone this video. To the next time. Unless kama hauna system move, why insisting so much? Hivi. Hai kumechomea huko bana. Huko ndio. So you have been there is processes, there's come out of a personal. They should face it to that person, but not to come and use someone's laptop. So that's his personal property. Now returning officers are choosing independent because of what one has done. So it's not like election. So they should not be attacking it. Why are you following the president? No, we're not following the president for constitution. Constitution. Yes. We're not going to allow violence. We've been in this country for too long to know violence will not take you anywhere. Wallahi billahi, I'm telling you the truth. We've been in this country too long to know that violence will not take you anywhere. That's what's happening. That's what's happening. Take it to court. Why are you okay? So you're doing it because you want us to take it to the court? Wow, listen. Who the boss?
Umeacha nikaangalia mpira. Hii mambo ya kura sio mambo yangu.
Umeshindwa kujiapisha. Umeshindwa kujiapisha.
Kila mtu ameogopa kuniapisha. Mimi nilikuwa nimeona kitambo hii kitu.
Nikamwambia Biblia. Hataki toka.
Mpira tuende tuone mpira.
Sasa siku moja kwanza acha ndio tuone mpira kwa amani.
Mimi niliwaambia mapema
Clear kwa wapi? Sasa sisi tutapigana tu. Sigara tuko mara kwa nimeweka. Ngoja kutapana. Watalua. Hatujaina ina maana. Mtamkia hoa. Huwa tunaye. My friend, watch me look at me. How much is
my team, kuja mnisoi hii. Kuja ni mnisoi hii. My people, mkuja mnisoi hii.
Haya, wacha nile nisoi hii.
Kuja mnisoi hii. Tumalize maneno.
Ako chini.
Mambo ukoaje? Nimeona ndio nina
We are not going to allow violence in our AGM.
Wacha chapane.
Your vote is your voice. We had a process, and the process has come to an end. We're just waiting for the returning officer. If anyone is aggrieved, there's a process to follow. Officer, there's over there. If you have not voted, see the returning officer.
You are the one who addresses.
Kwa hivyo kuna sides wewe.
I know.
Dictator. Dictator.
The only person who will speak is the returning officer. I'm only giving this mic to the returning officer. The AGM is finished.
So we don't want you to talk too. Sit down. You are not the president now.
You cannot force yourself on people. Wait for the returning officer to speak. Someone who threatens to, and by the way, after the court hearing, he almost roughed me up. I haven't filed an assault case. And today he almost roughed me up there. We are not going to give him the mic, and that is final. We are giving the returning officer the mic.
Hello, everyone. It's been a long day. Thank you for your cooperation. Hopefully, this could have been a better way to do. Yes, I'll give him the mic. I want to vote.